Hi guys, just an overview on where we were last night. As I said to you, I thought the quality of your ideas is spot on, no problems with there. As you can see through that process that we're engaged in last night, it's important that we bring the ideas out and then we can start flushing them through. And even if they don't end up being exactly what you want, that's part and parcel of the process. You know, it's one thing to have an idea that has that sort of edge to it and you think that's going to be great, but what we're really focused on this semester is getting you to move from being able to conceive the value to being able to determine how you could capture it. And that's quite a challenge because there's obviously lots of potential impediments and obstacles and regulatory challenges that you get in taking any idea to market. And as safe as the venue is for us to actually try and move an idea forward, we nevertheless have to try and make sure that we do mitigate potential risks that can be foreseen. So that's spot on. The challenge for you now is to go back to the ideas process. What I'm looking for is a number. The one thing we didn't get from anyone last night is a number. And I need you to make sure that you do go through that process and actually create that number. So if you think about this sheet, if you haven't got it, call me and I can either post it out to your group. You've got a few weeks now. I can either post it out to your group or I think some of the groups did take it last night. But you know, for each one of these 40 questions, you're going to generate the data which will enable you over here to actually make your calculation, which will give you a number. And then in the back of Jack's book, it actually goes through that process of making sense of what that number actually means. So make sure you do that. So that's for your Heart Foundation idea specifically. There's nothing wrong with doing it for your restaurant idea as well, if you wish. But it's mainly the Heart Foundation idea that I really want you to come back in and say, okay, here's our idea, and this is what it's actually looking like. And we've thought about the feedback we just got from that workshop in relation to the idea, and we've adjusted in this way. So that's what I'm looking for in the next workshop. Relative to your idea, I'm looking for movement. All right, we've locked these things in and we've added these things. We've subtracted these things from the idea. You know, based on what was discussed around the table, we've had to think about it, or just from our own going back to the ideas process, we've now come to this, you know, to this point in our thinking. And then we'll again go through that process of trying to knock it into shape. One of the challenges with this is that, you know, if you remember back to last year, I most probably used that that saying that, you know, can't think what the saying was now. Passion leads to love. Love leads to trouble. Right? It's very easy for you to get this passion for this idea. You think this is going to be fantastic. Do it like this, and it's almost like it blinds you with this love. You think that's going to be great. You're so focused on what it could be that you actually fail to actually see some of the underlying problems that may exist with it. And if you continue down that path, then the challenges are that, you know, you're most likely going to find some trouble associated with trying to execute the idea. So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to sort of just see how much what you've got driving you is passion versus, you know, the smarts of actually saying, okay, this thing's actually got legs. We can actually make this thing work. The other issue that I want you to take a step back from is to honestly look within your group and ask yourself, okay, are we meeting together? You know, if you're not willing to come together and meet and discuss this thing through, then you can't expect to get the same type of marks coming out the other side. And if you look at how much marks are associated with these things, it'd be very easy to fail the unit because you simply don't contribute or aren't willing to contribute to your group's activity. So be careful on that, because it'd be very easy to wind up the other end. Your group gets 80%. Group members say you only deserve 50%, you've got 40%. You're in a bit of strife, okay? So make sure that you hang in there with the group, and from that perspective, now's a good time to step back and say to yourself, all right, who do we know with our social capital that can actually move this idea forward? What do we know that can help us? And what access to other resources might we have that can actually help us as well? All right? And that's for not just the Heart Foundation, but very much so for your restaurant challenge idea as well. Nature of your ideas is great, so you know that's not a problem. It's really more a matter of now starting that fine-tuning process And that's the challenge that's in front of you. Having the courage and the capacity to keep doubting aspects of what it actually is you're doing, even if it's the bits that are actually providing you the most excitement going actually forward. Okay, so good luck. If you've got any questions, any concerns, don't wait until the next workshop. You know, by all means, say, hey, get on the phone, email me, and say, hey, we're thinking about this, we're thinking about that, and let's see where we get to. Good luck. Any problems, give me a tingle. Cheers, guys.